welcome back to another Toast Aerospace Division video, and the theme of this video is planes have wings, and wings are basically giant fins. You know what has fins? Rockets. And it was the type of rocket that we are interested in, missiles. So basically, we are going to be launching a missile from a plane. Why, you say? Because launching from silos, they're fun to make, but launching them is boring. Yeah, and so that's the whole point of this video, is to make missile launching more fun. And there are two problems in this video. One of them made most missions go catastrophically long, and you're about to see it. There it was. The big tail fin on the back has yawing power that you wouldn't believe. And yeah, deploying, oh sorry, that was just a vapor cone. Whoops. I think we're gonna deploy. Yes, we are. We have deployed the missile, and this would make for a great thumbnail. And yeah, nice cinematic shot. Oh, well, we'll just call this missile Roberto. And because of this Roberto, we have to Roberto. See what I did there? And now that yawing problem comes into picture again, as you shall see. It's probably want to get to 90. And here we have gone onto the grass and we are pitching up. But it is too late. In a desperate attempt, we deploy the missile. But hey, that looks like a good thumbnail also. But unfortunately, this doesn't make for a good landing. Well, we're just gonna have to keep reverting, and we're gonna have to do this no matter how many explosions it takes until we get it. And I think there are gonna be a lot of explosions in the video. Oh dear, oh dear. Same thing again. Don't we all love those explosions? Except the landing gear. I don't know why they're flopping around. See, this is one of the few things I haven't been able to figure out. Like, why do landing gear flop around? Like, I come from a different space game where you know, the wheels are basically indestructible. Like, they're that overpowered because they have enormous crash resistance. And here you can see me adding some stabilizers on the sides of the wings. And of course, we got to have our namesake flag for Toast Aerospace Division. And as you can see in the, what is that? The bottom left? Yeah, the bottom left. We have put our controls into fine control mode. I'm not sure if that's gonna help much, but we shall see. And yeah, I just steered to keep us on course. And oh yeah, there's me steering. And we have finally got off the ground on the runway. Yes, a momentous achievement. Yes, I know. And on this video, I try to make things 100% stock, because I do have a few parts mods, but every now and then these parts just creep into the videos. So yeah, sorry if you wanted this to be fully stock, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not fully stock. For those who want to replicate my plane, you'll need the Mark II expansion set or mod. I don't know the name. We have deployed our missile, and it is pitching up. The other crucial mistake I did make is forgetting to add fins. I think I did this like twice in the video, maybe thrice, I'm not sure. And this is me coming in for a landing attempt. Yes. And behind us, that was the missile crashing. Who knows where it crashed, honestly. Wasn't targeting the KSP. But, you know, guys, I should have said this at the start. I am an expert plane driver, and watch how I land. Come on, see? You have to admit, I am an expert plane driver. Plane driver? Plane pilot? Who cares? Now this is me, back in the Kerbal, in the spaceplane hangar. Me remembering to add fins. And you're like, okay, you can refer me to Toast. Okay, Toast, how in the world are those tiny fins going to help this giant missile? And I will show you, honestly, because you have no idea how much of an impact that can make. And I am steering us on course, I think. Pitch up. Yes. We have cleared the runway, and we are heading over the sunlit water. That looks like a trail that the sun has left for us. I really like that. And so the mistake that we made at the start, we shall not make again. And the fin and the missile, look at that. It is controllable. It is moving in a beautiful, beautiful straight line. And you know what? I really love Roberto. Like, the look of it, it looks like one of those basic rockets that you would make at the start. But also, it just looks so simple. I love simple rockets. I don't know if it's just me, but like, all the sci-fi rockets that I see, all of those rockets, those are a little too complex. And you can see me, this is what I'm gonna consider one of the most perfect missile launches I have ever done. And believe me, that is an achievement. Because I'm attempting a landing, and this is already the best one I've done since I managed to keep myself on the runway, and the missile kept itself on course. But I guess we're gonna have to fly this plane, you and me, all the way back to the KSP. Oh, sorry. I was getting a little too distracted. Well, anyway, where are we? We are nearing the runway. And you're like, you must be like, this is amazing. Where did he get all these mods? And you know what? I got these mods from today's sponsor. Me! Yes, I don't have a sponsor. Whoops. Not like I want a sponsor or anything. I just want to make YouTube videos. Because I'm coming in for an approach over the waters. And excuse me for my slow frame rate, but we are slightly off course, so we're going to have to turn, come on. Why aren't you rolling? Oh, yes. And I'll show you why I really love this landing. Pitch up. Yep. I deployed the parachutes there. Though this is the one part. And the plane miraculously has been able to right itself and keep itself on the runway. Momentous achievement for Toast Aerospace Division 2, I think, right? Because the first one is my science world. Yes, we have successfully recovered it. And now we are on to my wackier ideas. So, you saw earlier, right? How the missile was on the body of the rocket, right? Now, here I'm trying to make like a pivot system with the hinge piece. You can only get this if you have the making history? No. The thing is Breaking Ground. Yeah. Breaking Ground DLC. And we are rebuilding Gustav. Sorry, not Gustav. Roberto. Where has my memory gone? Yes, Roberto. And if you can notice, I forgot to add fins again. And there's also one more really bad thing that I made about this rocket. I'm in this plane. So anyway, on with the plane. I shall call this plane Noodle Neck Mark 1. So it is on the runway, and we are launching off. Now, you'd expect it to flop around because it's such a... You'd expect it to, like, you know, suffer a Kraken attack or something like that, right? But no, I have what is called auto strut. And we are veering off course again. As per our manual from our Toast Aerospace Division flight book. Oh, and if you didn't notice, the Noodle Neck Mark 1 is a stupidly aggressive beast. So look, I even have my controls on fine controls. And look at that. Like, look how hard it pitched up during, like, you know, the takeoff. And now, this is me deploying. The hinge. And you can see something immediately wrong. It's not working. And so, in my desperation, I check everything. I tried pitching up. I tried pitching down. The reason why it wasn't doing this before was because I had struts. And now the struts aren't strutting because I disconnected them. And I auto-strut everything. So, like, what? I checked the auto-struts before. We're heading towards the island. Now I'm trying to mess with the target angle, setting it to 90, setting it to -90. Nothing works. And in my desperation, I know there is only one right thing to do. The missile has been taken over by gravity, so we must let gravity do its thing. Goodbye, Roberto. Oh, and look at that. Our missile is flying straight, but I guess not anymore. And now, Valentina, which is our pilot of the day. Look, I told you at the start, I had great plane driving skills, and you can see those coming into action now with the Noodle Neck Mark 1. We are pitching up, yawing, rolling, doing everything we possibly can. But alas, the sea has claimed us. But we're still moving. And I'll take that as a win. We have turned into an aquatic aircraft. And now, may I say, planes actually work kind of well, honestly, in the water. I'm not joking. They're basically like submarines, except they have jet engines. And for some reason, those jet engines can work under... it might not be underwater because we're at exactly 0 meters sea level. So I'm not sure what would happen if we, went underwater. And we are back in the VAB to fix up our poor Noodle Neck Mark 1. Now, you can see me experimenting with all these pistons and everything in the robotics section, all the alligator hinges. But none were working. None were even attaching. And so I went the old style route. And so I said, if it can work well by deploying off the outside of the rocket, why can't it work by deploying from the inside of the rocket? And so my thought process there led us to this. The Noodle Neck Mark II. No longer plagued by any noodle syndrome. Let's call it noodle syndrome. No longer plagued by any noodle syndrome. This shall deploy not upwards but downwards, subject to gravity. You can see me setting up my action groups, and we shall crossfade over to the runway for what should have been my final launch, honestly. But if you had a keen eye, you would have seen in the in the space fin hangar. I forgot fins again. No. And so yeah, this is me just taking off. We almost got screwed over there. But thankfully we did not. We just happened to swerve at the exact, like, you know, time that there was a crawler there. I mean, crawler, something, I don't know. Now it's just coasting along until we get to a high speed. And so in the meantime, let us enjoy the views. Because the water is lit, the engines are out, and Roberto has been lit. He has been cast forth into... Why am I saying this? You know what? We're just gonna check on Roberto. Yeah, until we can't switch. Yeah, we can't switch now. So yeah, Roberto. Yeah, we're reverting. And now we have come to what will be the final launch of this video. And of course, in Toast Aerospace Division style, we shall end it by putting on some fins. Yes, so we are gonna do that entire launch all over again. Let us go! And I think as a tribute to our first launch, as if you can remember, we have veered off the exact same way, and we're heading towards the exact same location, which is the island airfield. And we shall light Roberto for the final time. And look at him now. We are able to control him for a little bit, for a brief moment, until his SAS goes dark. We can no longer control him. And now, it is up to the plane. I just love Roberto, honestly. He looks so simplistic. And that is going to be a wrap on today's video. The only thing that could top this off, like a cherry on ice cream, is a show of my beautiful plane driving skills. Like, look at that. Look at that. Multiple flip maneuvers, going high, then going low. What can be more exciting than that? And after this dramatic conclusion, we have reached the end of this video. So if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. And with that, I shall see you again. Goodbye.